Just want to share a quick little insight from my study general conference this morning. While I was working out at the gym, I was listening to the October 1933 general conference, and I was listening to the presiding bishop, Sylvester Q. And it was quite interesting because his whole talk was about basically the Great New Deal and how FDR was fantastic and, governmental welfare was this amazing thing and we needed to do our part, and how the church has any obligations towards welfare, and that the job of the members are to seek for welfare from their family and then from the government. And then only the church is a last resort. And I thought this was quite interesting because the stark difference from just a few years later, because I'm listening to conference going backwards in time. And so in 1933, it's in the middle of the Great Depression, and this is like the third talk, this general conference, where they are talking about public welfare in a very positive, if not flat out endorsing light. Now, if you fast forward just a few years, or if you listen to my videos from just a few months ago, I was back in 1936. 1936 is when the church rolled out its welfare program. And when it rolled out its welfare program, it basically denounced government welfare. It was like, this is corrupt. It's bad. It destroys character. We previously had endorsed it. It's not good. Don't do it. J. Reuben Clark flat out would tell the bishops of the stakes of Zion, your job is to go find those on welfare and rehabilitate them. Get them off welfare. We need people first rehabilitated off government welfare and then wean them off the church welfare. Our goal is to create self-sufficient, free individuals. That can only happen if they are not receiving any welfare benefits at all. And he then said, so therefore it's our job to go find those who are on the dole, who are on government welfare, even if they have just cause, and get them off government welfare. And then, using church welfare, rehabilitate them completely to the point where they are now a positive net into the church. They are now being able to support not just themselves, but they are now able to help others. They're now paying fast offerings, they're now paying tithing, they're now doing these things. And he goes, stop shirking your duty and sending it to others. It is unrighteous. And I just thought it was quite interesting because listening to these talks, they're not evoking the doctrine. They're not evoking the teachings of the prophets. They're not evoking what the Lord teaches us in the scriptures. They're evoking common sense, good principles, practices. And every American would give the benefit of the doubt, things like that. And just a few years later, when the church rolls out its welfare system, it radically changes. It radically changes, and it's rooted in our doctrine. Almost as if they looked at it and like, oh, we tried that. It was a dumpster fire. It's a bad idea. Let's not go back to that. We need our own thing. And I think it's quite interesting because depending on which historians you listen to, if they choose to listen to and share stuff from 1933 or 1936, you're going to get 180 different view of what the church believes on welfare.